Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. We're going to jump right into this thing. This is a story I was supposed to do this morning. I just got around to it. I humbly apologize. And this is something right here, man, that's not getting enough play out there on the national platform. So if you could share this video, because this can be a warning to others. All that glitters ain't gold. And just because you're a young person that wants your independence, there are things and people out there that will hurt you under the guise of a smile or the L word, love. Today I want to talk about a story, like I said, out of Phoenix, Arizona, about this young lady here. May she rest in peace. Some of you might have heard of this. A lot of you have not. On July 4th, this young lady right here, her name is Zaria Dodge. She's 16 years old, and as you can tell, she's pregnant. 22 weeks to be exact. Ladies and gentlemen, they had a candlelight vigil last night in her honor because her body, after July 4th, she left the group home she was in, just up and left. And the next morning, around 6 a.m., her body was found deceased at a park. Now, you might ask yourself, how does a pregnant teenager wind up dead? Or why did she leave up out of the group home and they didn't stop her? Well, all of that stuff, you know, they're discussing now. But yesterday was key, not only for the candlelight vigil, but also two suspects. These people right here who were last seen with her at the group home. Have been brought up on charges of her murder. Now I want you to pay attention to this. The young boy you see over here is 18 years old. His name is JechriJames-Gillett, right? He's charged with murder. In fact, both of them are charged with murder. But here's the kick. This 36-year-old dude you see over here, his name is Jarrell Davis. He's also charged with sexual misconduct of a minor. How many stories have we done, or do you know about predators out here doing crazy stuff with kids? And then before they can get caught, they do something to the child when it starts to get to where questions are going to be asked. If you guess correctly, these two people conspired to kill this girl by luring her to a park and shooting her. Mr. Davis, the 36-year-old man, is the father of her baby girl that she was carrying in her stomach. If that's not bad enough, this dude, this 36-year-old man, is a trip. And we'll talk about it and you'll be explained to it. I'm going to show you this series of videos in the order because they dropped real quick, you know, once the news broke yesterday. And this is absolutely heartbreaking. There are people that use you till they use you up. A lot of people live and learn. Some don't. And this 16-year-old girl should be a warning to a lot of other people to talk to their kids and let them know and show stories like this that people out here don't have your best interests in mind, even though they make you feel good, both on the inside and out. Look.
Tonight, Fox 10 investigates the murder of a pregnant teenage girl who disappeared from a group home in Surprise earlier this month.
That 16-year-old was found dead at a park in Maryvale the morning after the July 4th holiday. And a Fox 10 exclusive, investigator Justin Lund is speaking to loved ones about how this tragedy happened and the search for her killer.
Remember the names Zaria Finley Dodd and her unborn child, Zaloni. Zaria was in state custody and lived in numerous group homes. Now, Phoenix police are investigating her murder, and loved ones say she's a product of a system that failed her.
Intelligent, smart, brave, resilient. It didn't matter what you threw at her.
Richland Fox was not Zaria Dodd's birth mom, but she sure saw her as a daughter. Fox used to work as a house manager for Sunshine Residential, which operates 30 group homes in Arizona for kids who are victims of abuse, abandonment, and neglect. Even when Fox left Sunshine, she became Zaria's kinship caregiver and wanted to adopt her. Earlier this year, the teen became pregnant, and her baby shower was scheduled for September.
We talked about how she wants to be a mother, but she's afraid because she's a child having a child. And so, but she wanted it. She wanted to be a mommy, but she didn't want it in the way that it happened this way.
She left the group home in Surprise near Cactus and Litchfield Roads to take a walk, but never came back. Fox did not find out about her disappearance until the next day.
No messages are going through her phone. I then noticed that her social media that I also contact her on is completely gone.
She believes Sunrise Residential should not have let Zariah walk out on her own.
Being able to just walk outside the street at 7 o'clock at night at dark and you're pregnant, as a parent, even if my child wasn't in DCS, I wouldn't allow that to happen. 16 and pregnant, you're walking outside at night.
We reached out to Sunshine. A spokesperson says the staff called law enforcement and DCS promptly after Zariah went missing. Surprise Police tells me the report on Zariah was taken just after midnight on July 5th and that the officer was told she left the house around 8 p.m. earlier that night. Nearly 12 hours later, Phoenix police found Zariah's body at Maryview Park, shot to death. Sunshine's spokesperson released this statement saying, "Our hearts are broken as we mourn the loss of a member of the Sunshine family, and we will not rest until justice is served. We share our deepest condolences with the family and loved ones who were affected by this horrific crime. Our number one priority is to keep our children, staff, and community safe. We continue working with the Phoenix Police Department and partnering agencies in their ongoing investigation. The person responsible must be brought to justice to protect our community from further violence." Why would someone shoot a pregnant 16-year-old girl?
You're not even human, to be honest. That is a coward move.
We reached out to DCS to ask if there is an active investigation into this Sunrise group home. Officials cannot comment due to confidentiality laws. Zariah's loved ones have plans to hold a vigil on Friday night at Maryview Park. I'm Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum.
Welcome on into the news at noon. We have a Fox 10 News alert just coming into the newsroom. 2 people have been arrested in the murder of a pregnant teenager at a Valley Park.
Yeah, the suspects in the murder of 16-year-old Zariah Dodd have now been identified as 18-year-old JechriJames-Gillett and 36-year-old Jarrell Davis. Davis was the father of Zariah's unborn child. He's been booked for murder and sexual misconduct with a minor. The other suspect, James Gillett, was booked for murder. The investigation also revealed that the 2 suspects conspired to commit and carried out the homicide. Now, Zariah was murdered back on July 5th. Her body was found at Maryview Park just hours after she went missing from a group home in Surprise. Her biological family had tried to get her out of DCS custody, and they're upset that more wasn't done to protect her and her unborn child. A vigil for Zariah will happen tonight at Maryview Park. The funeral is set for Saturday. You can count on Fox 10 to continue to update you as this case develops all throughout the day, on air, of course, and on our website, fox10phoenix.com.
2 arrests have been made in the murder of a teenager who ran away from a group home in Surprise.
Zariah Dodd was nearly 6 months pregnant when she was found shot to death in a park in Maryvale about a month ago. Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum broke the news this morning, and he joins us live now with what we know about the suspects. Justin.
John, Ellen, we first brought you Zariah's case on Wednesday. Now 2 men are booked on charges of murder, but we have now confirmed that one of the suspects is the father of Zariah's unborn baby. Phoenix police say 36-year-old Jarrell Davis and 18-year-old JechriJames-Gillett conspired in Zariah's death. Davis is also facing a charge of sexual misconduct with a minor. On the night of July 4th, Zariah left Sunshine Residential, a group home in Surprise, 4 hours before she was reported as a runaway to police. She was found dead with a gunshot wound at Maryview Park in Phoenix around 6 a.m. the next morning. We've been digging into Davis's criminal history. He's been behind bars since July 15th after Phoenix police arrested him in connection connection to a missing 17-year-old girl out of Glendale. That girl's mother filed an order of protection against him last August and has been trying ever since to get Davis off the streets. When police executed a search warrant on his car, they found him with the girl and recovered a gun. Police say Davis claimed the gun was owned by a friend of his friend, Jechri. Davis is a prohibited possessor after pleading guilty to child abuse in 2008 for impregnating a 14-year-old when he was 19 at the time. The father of 16-year-old Zariah Dodd reacts to the arrest. What's going through your mind right now?
Honestly, disgust. I mean, he's 36. 30 whatever, it's traumatizing, but I'm happy that they did find the people who did this. That was my main objective there, as far as, you know, the investigation, how it was put out there. A lot of mixed emotions. I do want to follow this. I want to stay on top of it to continue to get more justice for my daughter and my granddaughter.
Davis and James-Gillett are set to appear in court on these charges at some point tonight. More coverage at 5 as we hear from the mother of the 17-year-old girl who went missing back in May before she was found with Davis. I'm Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum.
Ain't that fucked up? I want you to think about how nasty and selfish some people are. People don't even treat you like human beings, and they'll discard you like garbage or something that they don't want to deal with once they realize it's no longer beneficial for them to deal with you. Girl's 22 weeks pregnant, right? With a baby girl. This piece of shit here got a history of fucking young girls. You think about it, he got a history of that shit. Got in trouble multiple times for it. He was still on the street. Still on the street. She's 16 in a group home. Family fighting to get her back. She's going through this pregnancy. This guy's still running the street with young boys. See, it show your mindset. He running with young boys and fucking young girls, cause he never grew up in the mind. Even though his body shows that he's of age or overaged. Once you think, I told you, every time these people touch children or young people that they shouldn't be touching, their mindset matches that of that person. I'm more than sure when he got arrested, I would love to see the interrogation tapes. I bet you he sound like a teenager when he talk with a grown man's voice and the way he think and with his answers. Look where we were. You laid down with this chick when you wasn't supposed to, and then you laid her out in the park so the secret wouldn't come out that you was the father. I'm more than sure he had many sleepless nights when the pressure was building, cause nobody just has a baby out of the blue and gets artificially, just gets inseminated without a male counterpart. So questions gonna be asked, who the baby dad? I know that was digging into him. I think honestly he killed this girl basically because she was pregnant. He didn't want the secret to get out because he already got in trouble with messing with girls. What y'all think? Either way, it shouldn't have came to this. If the justice system was doing what the fuck they were supposed to be doing and eviscerating this type of sick person out here in society and removing them to where they can't be a danger to others permanently, it wouldn't happen. Wouldn't happen. It's a 16-year-old girl, dead. Baby inside of her, dead. She had enough to deal with being in a group home. Said they went and visited her before they, what's the name? That makes me think, before they killed her, that makes me think 4th of July, they went over there and visited her at the place, set it up the way she probably was like, I can get out anytime they want. And, all right, meet us over here. And they conspired to kill her. Make it look like an accident. Oh, we already left the group home. We wasn't around her no more. We don't know what happened. But the truth came out. The truth came out. There are a lot of people out here that are sicker than sick. You know what else need to be sicker than sick? The fucking punishments these people receive. She died by herself. Probably didn't even have a chance to think about her baby. Most likely, this type of person right here, they got a young boy with him that's willing to go along with the program, stupid ass. Listen. I know I'm jumping subject, but just listen. Just hit me. It's amazing to me to how many people out here want to be respected as being their own man, but let either men or women get them in positions that they shouldn't be in the first place. This 36-year-old fucktard shouldn't have been fucking no 16-year-old kid. He damn sure shouldn't be running around with an 18-year-old boy, unless he's a role model or something. Think about it. And you got an 18-year-old boy that's willing to help a grown-ass fucking man that been an adult longer than he been alive, putting him up to help him shoot a pregnant woman up after he put his dick where he didn't supposed to belong. Just think about that. Think about the rationale people have now. They're a bunch of irrational human beings that you can't even speak common sense to because they have so much uncommon character. Stop fucking around with these people. You keep trying to look at it from a civilized standpoint when you got people of a savage nature that revel in it. And then you grant them mercy after they granted somebody else. A woman with child, young woman at that. None. I'm done with it. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Teenagers a lot of times think they're bulletproof, whether it's a man or a young lady. I mean, a young woman. They do. They think they know everything. And as a parent, you know, it's hard to grapple with teenagers. Of course, they think they know everything and like they think they're bulletproof. And it makes it harder because you got to give them their independence. Yet and still, you try to keep them out of danger. And a lot of times, it pays to listen to people that are trying to guide you in the right direction. I don't know what, situation was with her in the group home. But for her to get out, lured by these people, and lose her life, that right there is tragic as can be. I will see you in the next video. Take care. May she rest in peace.